Okay, obviously we didn't play very well today. We couldn't get them off on off the field on third downs. We jumped off sides, had three drives extended by penalties. We gave up some big plays when we did jump off. We let him out of the pocket, and he made big plays on us. And and then we gave up a safety and an interception right before the half. So got a lot of things to work on. Our time of possession wasn't very good, especially in the first half, but really the whole ball game. And we're gonna have to get better quick.
Hey, Mike, just in terms of the defense, how surprised were you at the showing? I know you had a lot of young players, a lot of adjusting, but how surprised were you at the defense struggling today?
Well, I think we made too many mistakes. Obviously, we didn't cover them very good. And then we gave up some big plays. So probably more upset about the jumping off sides on third down, which we know Rodgers is a great hard count guy. Probably wouldn't happen if we had fans in the stands, but that's no excuse. And we let him out of the pocket, which we know that when when he gets out of the pocket, bad things happen.
Mike, why do you feel the defense up front struggled to pressure him? I think he was pressured on just 7 of 44 dropbacks today.
Yeah, I don't know. We didn't get much pressure on him, that's for sure.
Mike, there's a tendency to overreact after one loss, the first loss of the season. How are you going to make sure that doesn't happen with this team?
Well, I think we got smart guys, number one, and obviously we got to play a lot better, Joe. I do think that we played. I believe we played San Francisco on Monday night. Got beat up pretty good that one night. That we either won the division or something like that. So there's a lot of football left to be played, but we got to get better quick.
Mike, what was the strangest part about coaching this game without any fans?
It really seemed like, when the fans are in the stadium and, you're not playing very good and it's quiet, that's kind of how it was today all day. And so I don't really think that had anything to do with it. It just, but the energy level was just not the same. And then, obviously the hard counts and the things like that you don't typically get on the road or at home, I mean.
Mike, I know you take tremendous pride in your defense. How frustrating is it? Their 43 points is actually the most points that a Zimmer Vikings team has allowed in their 7 seasons here.
Well, it's not the best thing. We didn't, like I said, we didn't play very well defensively. We didn't make enough plays. Guys got out of position a couple times, and so we'll just get back to work. We'll be all right.
Mike, is it a little bit harder to implement in-game adjustments when you don't have as much experience in the secondary?
Well, we have experience at safety, so I don't know if that's the case. But we had enough defensive things in to adjust to what they were doing. We just didn't execute.
Hey, Mike, there was a stretch there. You had a safety, 3 and out, and an interception by the offense. So what kind of impact did that have on the defense?
Well, Mark, it shouldn't, but, the time of possession got out of hand. And then I believe that was right when, Dantzler was in good position. He looked back, kind of eased up, looked back for the ball. I think that was the touchdown right before the half. So, that stretch right there kind of put things back in perspective. But we still got to play better. And, in the second half, we didn't challenge him. We didn't rush a quarterback. They blocked us pretty well.
Mike, for a lot of these guys, it was for all of them, it was their first game of the year. For some of them, it's their first game ever with no preseason. How do you think that played into today's game?
I'm sure it was different for them, especially with not having fans. But, we got to go out and perform a lot better than that.
Mike, Kirk only had 5 passing attempts there in the first half. What do you think contributed to just, to that figure specifically?
I think the time of possession was not very good. If you look at we went right down the field the first drive, and then I believe the next one was the safety and then the interception somewhere in there. But just the time of we didn't have the ball, we didn't control the ball. So that was one of the things that we typically are pretty good at. Is our time of possession is usually pretty good.
Hey, Mike, on the 4th and 3 deep shot to Sharp, can you take us through the thought process there on that play call?
Yeah, well, Gary asked if we could take a shot, and I said, yeah, let's go for it. And, I think he had Adam on the other side one-on-one, and he went to Tajay.
Mike, you talk about the time of possession. Is this the worst that you've ever experienced? They had 41.16 and 43 points. That's basically averaging over a point a minute they had the ball.
Yeah, well, we, typically we're good in the red zone, and we weren't very good today. I don't think. What was it? I don't see it here. Anyway, it wasn't very good. So they had 5 touchdowns, and I don't see the red zone. But we had, luckily we had 1 goal line stand. Otherwise, it would have been really ugly.
Hey, Mike, do you think you found anything offensively later in the game, or do you think that was just a product of the score getting out of hand and them changing the way they were approaching you guys defensively?
Well, I think they approach us different defensively in the second half, yeah.
Mike, different teams.
Time for 2 more.
Mike, different teams obviously approached the national anthem differently today. I think you guys had about a half dozen guys kneel. How did that work out during the week? And were you kind of apprised of what the team would do during the anthem or what have you?
I knew that some guys were probably going to kneel. That was up to them. That's their decision. And so it is what it is.
Mike, it looked like Yannick and Jalen rotated, today with Yannick only being there for 2 weeks. Is that why he was kind of eased in as he learns the defense and gets conditioned?
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're on the field for 40 minutes, it's a long season. So, find out what kind of shape we're in, what kind of game readiness we are. So, but yeah, that was the plan.